You never have to worry about people that aren't your audience. They will never come to you anyway. When you give off the vibration, you will attract the people that need to be attracted to you. Even if they don't believe you, even if they choose to judge you, they need to be there or they wouldn't be. So you have to know they're getting something out of it, whether they know it or not. All you need to focus on is doing it. It is none of your business. None of your business how they choose to receive or not receive it. Not your business. Do you understand? Just do it, so the ones who do know how to use it are given the opportunity. You don't have to even think about anyone else. They'll get or not get what they want to get or not get. That's none of your business. Yes?
Yes, so I understand that
Do you?
from a logical perspective.
Then you don't understand it.
Okay.
Because understanding means it's in your bones, it's in your action, it's in your behavior. Don't separate it out into the idea of a logical understanding. If you're not doing it, you don't get it.
So just do it.
Just do it and see what happens. I promise you, it'll be worth it.
How do I manage the feelings of fear that come up inside of me due to maybe
I just told you. I just told you. You are making something your business that's none of your business. Stop making things that are not your business, and there'll be nothing to be afraid of.
Right.
You're creating a measuring stick that has no business existing. You can't compare yourself to anyone else because you're unique. And no one else, whether they think they can or not, can make that comparison for you. They have no way of knowing what your life is about. So you need to stop paying attention to things that are not your business to pay attention to, and you will stop being afraid.
It must also be coming just from negative beliefs I have about myself that are triggered by the situation. So
what do you think I'm talking about? Making things your business that are not your business obviously comes from negative beliefs you have about yourself. Make it obvious and let it go.
So how do I dig for those and help unearth them?
I just told you. You are under the assumption that you have to do something other than understand what I just told you. Understanding, really wrapping your mind around what I just told you is actually sufficient. Stop thinking that there's anything else to it. Stop making things that are not your business your business. Just do what you do. That's all you need to focus on. Nothing else is your business. Wrap your mind around that. That's all you need to do. You following?
Okay, I think I just need to go try it.
You just need to go do it.
I need to go do it. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bashar.
That's how you learn. By doing.
I was getting viral video after viral video after viral video. And not just any type of viral. Millions. I'm talking millions of people. And then all of a sudden, it stopped. It stopped because I stopped. I went through one of the most toughest times of my life. After going through that, I had the biggest fear. I used to feel so confident. Why do I have this fear of being seen? And even when I would try to push through and make videos to have people see me, I ended up deleting them or end up never really posting them. How many drafts do you have in your phone right now? If it's over 5 drafts, you have a fear of being seen. Unless they're scheduled posts, who are you afraid of? When people have a fear of being seen, it's because you have a fear of rejection or judgment, fear of vulnerability, and or low self-esteem or imposter syndrome. I had all 3, and it was really, really difficult for me because I'm like, I want a career in film. I cannot have imposter syndrome, fear of vulnerability, and fear of judgment in a film career. Here's what I've learned.
You are not afraid of being seen and afraid of being perceived. You are afraid of being seen trying. You don't want people to know that you're trying to have a better life because what if you fail? Like, can we just be honest? Let's stop with the fake deep. You're embarrassed that you want to try for a better life. Stand up. Please. Please, God. You know what's cringy and embarrassing? Letting Tom, Dick, and Harry, who you don't even want to be like, stop you from being the next Jackie Aina, the next Monet, the next Alex Earl. That's embarrassing. That's cringy. Because realistically, let's think about it. What if you fail, right? Let's say you fail. You try to do social media, you fail. There's no difference between that and your current life. There's no difference. If you fail and you make no money off of social media, you're not making money off of social media right now anyway. I don't... You're stressing me. You're scared of thoughts. Those aren't even real things. You're scared of what someone's gonna think. Why? Come on, stand up.
No one is looking at you. Yes, they're looking at you, but no one's really looking at you. People are scrolling on their phone, but they're not really looking at you. We have been conditioned to be in this era of brain rot, where we will scroll on our phones for minutes, even hours. We're getting dopamine hits, but we're always trying to one up the last dopamine hit that we got, where it's like, ah, that was funny. Okay, maybe I'll find something else funnier. And then you just keep watching and watching and watching. And so now you're watching other people pursue their lives, and you're just not pursuing yours. Life is really short. And I hate to be like that, you know what I mean? But life is really short. We can't just sit around and think we have tomorrow when it's not necessarily guaranteed. The fear of being seen also is so psychological. Maybe think of the last time someone told you you couldn't do something, and that's probably why you feel like you can't do it. I remember when YouTube was a place that scared me, because I was like, oh my gosh, all the comments are so mean. Like, if you're not cool, if you don't go viral, or if you're not Shane Dawson, or like somebody who is really successful, you're gonna get mean comments and people are gonna hate you. And like, these are the things that I used to think. And so we feed ourselves with these self-limiting beliefs because we lack the confidence. And if you need help with confidence, I have another video where I talk about that. But honestly, the thing about confidence, some people have it, some people don't, and you can't even tell who's really faking or not. I think we are too hard on ourselves when we think that people are going to judge us and think something is stupid. For the longest time, I used to think that being an actor was what my true purpose was in life, or my passion. And then when I used to fizzle out from acting, I'm like, dang, how is it that I find my passion and I still don't really want to do my passion every day? And that's when I realized that my true passion is not in just acting, it's in storytelling. So whether I am the actor, the director, the writer, the producer of the message, that's what I want to do. I want to send messages out to make us a better humanity. If I have to do that on YouTube, if I have to do that on Instagram, TikTok, wherever, I'm going to do that. Speaking of TikTok, the first platform where I got 100,000 people to hit follow is going to be erased in 2 weeks. What am I going to do? I'm going to keep making my message somewhere else and going to hit 100K again. If you have this inkling of wanting to be seen, but you still have a fear of it, that means you were called to do that thing. You were called to be seen. You are meant to be seen by other people because of what is inside of you to say. When we have a message and we have to put out something, it's going to always keep itching at us because that's what we're supposed to be doing. When it comes to imposter syndrome, we think we have to have it all put together. Like, oh, I have to have the equipment, I have to have the people, I have to have this and that. If you just do it, if you just go with what you have now, eventually you could build up on it and build up on it and build up on it to where God, the universe, and everything will be aligned for you. And I feel like the fear of rejection, the fear of judgment, and the fear of vulnerability kind of all go intertwined, because putting yourself out there, first of all, involves a level of courage, determination, and confidence that a lot of people don't have. I'm talking at least 90% of people don't have. So you're part of the 10% that does. And I just made that up.
To put your face on the internet and speak takes a certain level of delusion. Like, it takes a certain level of boldness to share your opinions publicly in such a public arena like TikTok and Instagram and Twitter, because you have to be okay with 0 people seeing your video. And you also have to be okay with 1 million people seeing your video and absolutely no one agreeing with you. Like, that is what it takes. And I think a lot of people don't create because they're so afraid of being seen. There's just a level of, you just can't care that much. Like, you just can't really read comments that much. You can't really read into it that much. You just put your shit out there, and you know that at some point it could take a life of its own, and like, you can't really control it past that. But I just think it's the name of the game. You have to be okay with people seeing you. I'm happy that you guys saw me, because the girls that get it, and the girls that don't. And that's okay. I'm not for the girls that don't get me. I'm for the girls that do get me, and I get them, and we see each other. You know what I mean? So if you want to create, create. And like, don't worry if no one sees it, and don't worry if a million people see it and they hate your guts.
You have to come out here and just show yourself. I'm just telling you. I just know so many people that tell me their dreams and aspirations, or I see people post all day what they're gonna do. They're telling everybody, oh, this year, this is what I'm gonna do. I went to a vision board party this past weekend, and not one person posted it on Instagram. It was such a relief because honestly, we have a lot of monitoring spirits out there, and not all monitoring spirits are haters, but why even risk it? I believe Muhammad Ali had this analogy. If you go into a room with 20 snakes, 15 of them will kill you. Are you gonna take a risk that 5 of them won't and enter the room with them? Keep to yourself if that helps the fear of rejection, the fear of judgment, and the fear of vulnerability. However, always try to be vulnerable to who matters. So if you do have a team, definitely be vulnerable to them because you have a voice, you have the strength to push humanity forward. I know everyone thinks that we're just so minuscule in the grand scheme of things, especially if we're not in politics, especially if we're not the president of the United States or like a grand position in a company. We can see that there is power in numbers, and there's even power in just one person deciding to be like, hey guys, actually, we could think this way and get this result. And maybe that's you. Maybe you're the one. You're the chosen one. I don't know if you guys are into spirituality, but
whenever you go to a place, and all of a sudden, any type of place, and people randomly just start looking at you and they're just staring at you, it's because you're chosen. Okay? When your family members, they try to get on you and they try to make you feel bad about yourself, and they get on you about things that they don't get on any other family member about, oh my God, it's because they know you're chosen. Or when you have those type of friends who directly or subliminally throw shots at you or try to embarrass you, make you feel bad about yourself, oh my God, trust me, because they're around you more than damn near everybody else. They know you're the chosen one. Okay, they just are hoping and praying that you don't realize that, and you just stay content, and you don't go out there and try to shine. Don't be fooled. Trust me. They know you're the chosen one. And let me tell you something. People who don't have more than you, they'll be jealous too. But when you have somebody who has more than you and they're looking at you like this, trust me, you know that you're the chosen one. Don't stop being great. Positivity is the attitude. Negativity is not the mood. I love y'all. Peace.
just the idea of being the chosen one involves you taking the path less traveled. It involves you taking your fear and throwing it in the garbage. Taking the idea that this is not possible just because of something that you feel inside. It's taking yourself out of the equation and thinking about the grand scope of things, the grand scheme of things. That is more important than how you feel right now. And trust me, fear of criticism and judgment is valid. I spent a whole entire year fearing criticism, judgment, and vulnerability because I felt so embarrassed. I felt like, wow, I did make it atop of the mountain, and then I fell the fuck off that bitch. I developed this fear of being seen because of what has happened to me. And again, that's also valid too. If you've gone through something and it stops you from being who you are, I'm telling you right now, you can overcome it. If there's a will, there's a way, but you have to have the will to do it. But you know what's going to be more difficult? Having it in you to want to do it, but still not, and be in the same place you were last year, the next year. I talk about that too in this video about your procrastination. If you are recovering from a traumatic situation, that's totally different than you just being scared because, oh my gosh, well, what if I only get 3 likes?
I did not fit in high school. Ask any one of my friends right now, people did not really like me. This developed something in me that really does not give a single flying fuck what a lot of people think about me. That is the reason I was able to get on TikTok and start saying whatever the hell I want to say with my face on this camera in front of hundreds of thousands of people. That is the reason I've been so bold with my career moves at such a young age. That is the reason that I've dated high value men at such a young age and don't care if people are judging it, whatever. That is the reason I dress how I want to dress with my own identity and my own style. I don't adhere to peer pressure. Not fitting in really put that dog in me. And I know this is not the reality for all of us. Putting ourselves out there to be perceived is not easy. To be judged, looked at, commented on, critiqued. There's a lot of risk involved. But no risk, no reward. When you get over this hump of caring what people think about you, you will shoot up. You will be able to genuinely listen to what you want to do in life without outside noises and execute it without caring who's watching while you execute it.
5 likes or 500 likes, I'm still going to post the video because I think it's funny. I think it's cool. I'm doing this for me, but also sending out the message because maybe someone needs to hear it from me, or maybe they need to hear it again. They've heard it somewhere else, but now here's the confirmation. You have to keep going. You have to keep doing it. We are brainwashed to think that being viral means that you're successful and that you have money. I was averaging 9 million views a month on Instagram alone. I was not getting money for that. I was just doing it because it was fun and people were telling me how they were learning so much. But then I felt like, oh my gosh, now the pressure is on. I have to do something that will help someone, and I can't just do a silly dance challenge, or I can't do this and that. And I started judging myself on the quality of the videos that I was putting out, or the work, or whatever it is. And I started to feed into the vanity metrics of, oh my gosh, I lost 500 followers. Oh, I gained 50 followers.
All right, here's 9 reasons why you literally shouldn't give a fuck. Number 1, you're literally gonna die. Everything that you're doing right now in your life doesn't matter, you're gonna die. And then everybody who saw the stuff that you did, doesn't matter, they're gonna die too. And then everybody who heard about some stuff that you did in the future, nope, doesn't matter, they're gonna die too. Everybody's gonna die. And this should be the most freeing thing ever. Because you realize, wait, why am I worrying about all this bullshit when I can just do fucking cool stuff? And you realize, I shouldn't give a fuck. Number 2, nobody's thinking about you anyway. There's a spotlight effect, right? You walk into a grocery store, oh, everybody's looking at me, I gotta act like I'm walking, casually. What? Casually? Well, then everybody else is doing that as well. But really, nobody's looking at anybody. So your brain thinks you're the center of the world. Literally, nobody's ever thinking about you. Because they're all focused on their problems just like you are. You're always like, what do my friends think about me? Where am I gonna go to college? What do I do here? What do me. Everybody else is doing that too. Selfish creatures. Number 3, you've solved 100% of the problems in your life up to this point. This one is no different. All the shit that you were worrying about in the past, all the worst cases, all the, it's gonna be terribles, they never turned out that bad, right? You just got over them. And now you're here and you made it through everything. So your problem-solving success rate up until this point in your life is literally 100%. Now this problem feels no different. Just think about all the other problems that felt exactly like this. And they all worked out and you're fine. So this one will be like that too. So don't give a fuck, Chris. Number 4, everybody's opinion of you is subjective. Meaning you see yourself a certain way and somebody else is going to see you a different way. So who's correct? The answer is nobody. So if you could choose to believe the way that you see yourself positively, great, I don't see myself positively, I have no self-esteem, grow up. Or you could choose to see yourself how your hater sees you. Literally just choose to see yourself in a positive light. Because literally every opinion that you have about yourself and your self-worth, you made this shit up. So if you can make it up because it's air, then you can either make up the good thing or the bad thing. And if you have the choice to do both, why would you not choose the good thing? The answer is because you love your own pain. Because somebody in your past said something to you, and then you took it to heart, and now you've never reprogrammed this programming. And you've just tried to play the game to live up to that thing without realizing that you can just end the game right now by getting rid of it and letting it go. And these people that you're worried about judging you, they don't care about you. They don't give a shit about your problems. They're not going to pay your bills. They're not going to be at your funeral. They never think about you. You never cross their mind. They literally don't care. You're going to enter their little consciousness for 3 seconds, then you're gone like a blip in the wind, just like everything else that they look at. But really, you only give a fuck because you think you're important. You're not that important. Like, you're just one person out of a billion. You're literally a little speck of nothing floating on a rock in the middle of infinity. There's 8 other billion people that are worried about them being judged. It's just not significant. Ironically, you thinking that you're some grandiose, super important being is actually screwing you over from everything. When you realize, like, wait, I'm actually not that much of a focal point for somebody, then you're free to do whatever.
We all have a purpose because we are all creators. We were meant to create and push humanity forward and for the greater good. You're supposed to be putting out a message for people. Humanity is supposed to be in the evolution stage. Did you know doctors used to recommend cigarettes? Now, a doctor would never do that. And it's because we evolved from that science, from that thinking. If we are to create a new world for ourselves, we have to not have the fear of judgment of other people. Some people don't eat meat and they're like, this guy's eating beans. But we're going to find out maybe in 20, 30 years, that guy eating beans, he's going to have a lot better health than some that eat meat or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Your fear of being seen is also disrupting your purpose. Your purpose requires you to be vulnerable. Because when you're vulnerable, you're opening up your soul. And those that hear you, and that will be enough. You don't have to be the loudest, be the most viewed, the most successful. What does that even mean? Define success for yourself and see yourself skyrocket. 2025 is the year of 9, which is the year of completion. It's also the year of solitude. If you don't have to go, don't go. If you don't have to be the loudest, don't be the loudest. And see how you progress. See what 6 months looks like for you, even from this point. I don't even think we're in 2025 yet. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching and bye-bye. Like, comment, subscribe, of course.